right, and behind the imam, and they will be supplicating Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive him, meaning that one that just died. So after that they will shroud him and bury him, give him the burial. So that burial, barakallahu fikum, will be for the person that abandoned the salah out of the state of being knowledgeable of its obligation, but he is in denial. He is not to be buried in the Muslim cemetery. He is not to be prayed over him, and he is not to be given the funeral purification. And he is not to be inherited by his Muslim family. Because the Muslim, if he die and he only have relatives that are disbelievers, then his wealth is not to be going back to them. Likewise, if he is the only Muslim and all his family members they are disbelievers, if the father or the mother die, he, the Muslim, is not to inherit anything from their wealth. But if they give him a gift, he is all entitled to take it. He is all entitled to take. Let's say a person, he is a Muslim, but his father is a disbeliever, for instance. And his father, before he died, he gave him, let's say, I'm giving you my house. This house that sits in Godby Road, that's for you. Or my business that sits in this place is for you. I'm giving it to you as a gift. You can take that. But if he dies, then you are not entitled for nothing from his wealth. And if you, as a Muslim, you were to die, they are not entitled to nothing from your wealth if they are still upon disbelief. Because the Muslim, right, they are protectors to one another. The Muslims, they are protectors to one another. Tayyib, naam. Meaning, he abandoned the salah juhudan, out of denial its obligation. Jahada bi wujubi salah. He denied that the salah is an obligation. Tayyib. Not juhulan. Juhulan we pass it. And jahlan bima'ana that he doesn't know. But juhudan. فَجَحَدُوا بِهَا. Shuf, the statement of Fir'aun, right? He denied it. But that denial was not based on yaqeen. وَاسْتَيْقَنَتْ. Shuf, وَاسْتَيْقَنَتْ. And he has what? Yaqeen. Right? So here, abandoning the salah while the person is knowledgeable of its obligation. While the person is what? Knowledgeable of its obligation. For that person, we still have to do what? Clarify it for him. Perhaps he didn't get it right. We still have to clarify it for him. And after the clarification, he still persists upon his denial. Then he is to be, barakallahu fikum, sought from him the tawbah, yustatab. You will ask him to repent. If he repent and pray, alhamdulillah. If he does that, he is to be taken out. Why? Because the religion has to be preserved. Because the religion is not something that a person will enter today and tomorrow he will get out. The next day he enter, the next day he get out. The next day he enter, the next day he get out. It's just like he is playing around with the religion. And the way that has been laid out by Allah, the Lord of the creation, do you think it is something to play with? If my job outline is such, do you think I can come to work today doing it this way? The next day I do it the other way. The next day I do it the other way. What you think going to happen to me at the end of the shift or at the end of the week? Right away. Right away. Or today you schedule to be coming 9 to 5. That's your schedule. First day you come at 9:10. Next day you come 10:10. The next day you come 11:10. The next day you come 12:10. You putting up your own schedule. What's going to happen? You're going to end up not having a job. You will either go back to the agency to try to find another job, or you ain't going to have that job again. So the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has more rights to be preserved. The religion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen for us has more right to be preserved than anything else. So, not allowing anybody to be playing with the religion, this is something that is, barakallah fikum, important aspect of our religion to, alhamdulillah, safeguard it. You got many people, barakallah fikum, they are doing things that they call it Islam. It's far from being Islamic. For instance, you have these kids that are doing some rap. What do they call it again? The Dean Squad. Right? They call it the Dean Squad. Akhi, these are Dajjal. Seriously. You cannot take something that is khabith, despicable, and turn it to be beautiful, to be nice. You cannot take something that is khabith, that Allah already said that this is despicable. There is no transformation you can do to make it be nice and genuine and beautiful and acceptable. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. This something is khabith. There is no add or extraction that you want to do to make it to be feasible inside in the side of the religion. Allah has declared music to be haram. Listen, and the worst of them is the music that they are trying to picture it to be Islamic. Because that is double deception. You want to deceive the people twice. So there is no such thing as the Dean Squad. Whatever they want to call it. Even if everybody, you know, and what is sad is you hear people saying that you know, oh, I start praying because I'm listening to them. You lying, man. Or I start being righteous when I start listening to them. You lying. You ain't being righteous listening to them. Because one cannot be righteous doing some acts of evil. One cannot be righteous doing acts of evil. Hada mustahil. It's impossible. And the Deen Squad has entered in the homes of the Muslims. Ala al-asaf al-shadid. Unfortunately. And likewise, these individuals that are writing some poetry. Forgot his name. He's from Canada, I think. Sabu, whatever. Huh? Buna. Yeah, that's his name. Buna. Same thing. And we got to be aware of those things, akhi. We got to be aware of these things. We got to be aware of these things. Because these are propaganda that the shaitan is using to enter from our front doors. But this is nothing about the religion.
But those who use the Bismillah or Alhamdulillah, a ringtone or La ilaha illallah.
Barakallah fi. The ringtone, La ilaha illallah, Allah akhi barakal a'zamu al-kalima, or a'zamu kalimat, the greatest of the statements the person can say is what? La ilaha illallah. So it is not a ringtone. The Quran likewise, was not revealed as a amusement or as a alert. That's number one. Number two, look at those who have the Quran as their ringtone. Akhi, you in the bathroom. Sometimes we in the bathroom, right? We forgot our phone in our pocket. Not we forgot. We be in the bathroom with our phone in our pockets. When the phone ring, does it tell you, hey, I'm about to ring? The phone will not tell, hey, watch out, I'm about to ring in 1 minute. No, they don't. So the Quran played in the bathroom, where you cannot even say Bismillah in the bathroom. That's number one. If you're outside the bathroom, you will, barakallah, the person will be cutting the Quran, right? Whenever they want to cut it off. So all of that, barakallah, is not something that to be done. But rather, as our brother mentioned last time, that, you know, pick up the most ordinary, basic ringtone, the old-fashioned telephone or whatever, the bip or the this or those, that which, alhamdulillah, is not anything from music or anything from Quran and the likes of this. Nah.
Growing in their followers to the point where they're they were excited because they were headlining or opening up for some of the kuffar singers, and they would like, that was like Allahu Akbar. They was making takbir because they were opening up for these kuffar performers. They made it to another level.
What's the difference between them and Lil Wayne? What's the difference? Ain't no difference. You are just being a tool used by the shaitan. Point blank. Point blank. And this sigar, this youth, this is something that, alhamdulillah, we have high schoolers, middle schoolers, and all of those that age, that barakallah, they got to be very on point on these issues. To be knowledgeable of these issues, barakallah fiqh. So the second one, barakallah fiqh, is now the person that abandoned the salah out of juhudan, out of denial. So the ulama, barakallah fiqhum, what they say is what? That this individual is to be taken out. Is to be taken out. Is to be taken out. And he mentioned number 2 from the second situation is an yatrukaha, and he abandoned it out of laziness. He is abandoning it out of laziness. That's the second situation. So he mentioned ma iqrarihi biwujubiha, while he is actually believing that the salah is an obligation. So the first, he abandoned it out of denial, while knowing that it is an obligation. The second one, he abandoned it out of what? Laziness, while affirming that the salah is an obligation. These two, they're not alike. They're not the same. So he mentioned that وَهَذَا فِيهِ قَوْلَانِ, that there is two statements لِأَهْلِ الْعِلْمِ concerning this individual that abandoned the salah out of laziness, while believing that the salah is an obligation. He said the first group of the scholars, أنه, they say that this person is fasiq, he is a evil open doer. وَهَذَا هُوَ قَوْلُ أَبِي حَنِيفَةَ, and this was the statement of Abu Hanifata radiyallahu anhu. طيب. وإمام الزهري, likewise Imam Malik, وإمام الشافعي, وهو إحدى الروايتين عن أحمد رحمه الله الجميع. And likewise, this is the statement of that he is a fasiq, a evil open doer. He say, it is the opinion of Abu Hanifa, Nu'man ibn Bashir, rahimahullah, Imam al-Zuhri, what was his name again? Muhammad ibn Muslim. Right? Muhammad ibn Muslim. Akhi, you here, but you're not here. ومالك and Imam Malik rahimahullah, Malik ibn Anas, and Imam al-Shafi'i, Muhammad ibn Idris, نعم, Muhammad ibn Idris rahimahullah, Abu Abdullah, and likewise Ahmad wa ihda riwayatain, and one of the meaning of Imam Ahmad rahimahullah from that which he has mentioned, that this person is a fasiq. This is one of the opinion of Ahl al-Ilm. Naam. Man? Al-Imma. He say, what was the kunya of those imam that we mentioned? I mentioned one of them. Naam. Imam Malik. That was his laqab. Dar Hijra was his laqab. His kunya is Abu this, Abu or Ibn this. This was what is the kunya. But amma, let's say, when you say Abu Fawzan or New Jersey, right? This is your laqab, for instance. Or you say Abu Abdul Rahman, Sahibun Nadharat, right? The one with the glasses. This is your laqab, right? Or you say Abu Fatima, Sahib al-Luhum, right? Abu Fatima, the meat man, right? So this is the laqab, barak.